I'm joined by Arnout Van Rijn. He's Chief Investment Officer for Asia at Robeco. Great to have you on the programme, Arnout. First of all, give us your reaction to the news of Kim Jong-il's death.
Well, it was the obvious knee-jerk reaction, of course, to sell the Korean won and to sell the Korean market. That didn't come very unexpectedly. A death always comes unexpected, I guess. So it's no reason for us to make any adjustments to the portfolio, where we think that Korea is still in a long-term re-rating process, driven by integration with the global economy, as well as their right focus on Asian exports rather than Western exports. So we think that's still a powerful mix for Korean equity.
Okay, so you are actually recommending, before this, buying Korean assets?
Yeah, I would definitely use these kind of events to pick up some ones on the cheap, yeah.
What kind of assets? A specific sector in the stock market?
Yeah, well, we've got different exposures there. Of course, the domestic market has been relatively resilient, not too strong, not too weak. But it's mainly been driven by exporters, so Samsung and Hyundai are two large portfolio holdings for us. And, well, those may not necessarily be considered to be the cheapest ever, but they are also on that re-rating trend, so we like to pick those up on weekdays too.
That brings me to one of the themes of your investment strategy for 2012. You say that emerging market stocks this year obviously hit by a risk-off uncertainty that investors are concerned about, but you said that that's all about to change when it comes to emerging markets. Why?
Yeah, well, I've got a little bit of the feeling, and I'm maybe getting a bit tired of this risk-on, risk-off trading that's going on. Because to us, really, the risk is not so much in the Asian equity markets, it's really much more in the Western equity markets, where the debts are really an issue. Whereas in Asia, people have been selling, or Western investors have been selling their Asian exposure, considering those to be too risky. Whereas I would say, well, rather the reverse is true, and that's what we will then see happen in 2012, a reassessment of how risky Asia actually is, seeing probably that Asian growth will hold up quite well into 2012, whereas Western markets will then see growth fall back again. And that then, in turn, I think, will induce a lot of investors to start pouring money back into Asian markets.
Where are your top picks in the region for 2012?
In 2012, we've recently turned more bullish on China in particular, and that's a market that to me looks now, compared to its history, extremely cheap. Maybe not so much the banks, but also a lot of consumer and industrial companies. So that will be one of our top pick areas to go to. And we're still quite bullish on, like I already mentioned, the Korean market, looking for ideas also in the Taiwanese and Thai equity market.
Now, I noticed that you've got Japan on here as well, saying that their equities are a good bet. Now, this despite the fact that the Japanese yen is expected to stay strong, and also you have Japanese investors feeling a little less confident in companies after Olympus and the TEPCO debacle.
Yeah, you're very right. Japan is really on a rhythm of its own, so it's hard to say that that's going to turn into a bull market in 2012. But we see the value out there, and I guess most people do, but people just don't want to touch it right now. And then the main problem that we see is with domestic investors being so scared about their own equity market that they wouldn't go close even if they were forced to. So you really need to rely on foreign investors. And unlike I've mentioned some of the Asian equity markets before that have not a lot of problems with debt, of course there is a large debt looming over the Japanese economy. So from that point of view, it's not likely to be the first destination of foreign money flowing back into Asia. But really from a stock picking perspective, and that's really what we do inside the fund, Japan offers a lot of bottom-up attraction.
Arnout Van Rijn, would love to speak to you more about your picks. Please come on the program again. Robeco, Chief Investment Officer for Asia there.